All right, I am live. Just got off the phone call. Hey guys, thanks so much for being on. If you're just joining our show, thanks so much for being on, or actually not our show, I'm just going live today. I'm going to talk about toxic relationships and really how to possibly get out of those. What is the solution? And again, if you are watching, thanks so much for being on. Awesome. All right, good stuff. I just want to make sure that we are good to go. So the reason I want to come on today, I'm going to be going live a lot more. Man, it's definitely a tough subject. And the reason I want to go on live is, let me tell you why. When you have a major problem and you can find a solution to your problem, obviously I have your attention. Does that make sense? So if you're specifically going through a toxic relationship right now, I want to kind of walk you through that. And I know it's very embarrassing. You probably don't want to say, me, I'm going through a toxic relationship right now. But I want to give you some context today. I want to give you 4 things that if you're dealing with a toxic relationship, an abusive relationship, what to do, okay? And if it's okay with you, if I have your permission, I just want to get right into the meat and potatoes, because I know we're live, and obviously, if you're scrolling through your Facebook feed or your Instagram feed, you just want, okay, what do I do? So let's just say you or someone that you know is dealing with a relationship issue, right? A toxic relationship, and it's just bad, but they're not leaving for whatever reason. So I want to give you the 4 things that I think will really add value to that person, right? And if you want to write this down and really give this to that person, if you know anyone that is dealing with this right now, I think it'll be a tremendous value for you. Because I believe that if you are in that kind of relationship now, you're going through what's called hell, right? Would you agree? You are going through a hell in your life, and you can't even imagine a heaven in your life. And living in the shadow of that hell constantly over and over and over again, and being associated in this talk. And I'm not talking about a romantic relationship. I'm talking, it could be a professional relationship, of course. So when I say toxic relationship, I mean any kind of relationship with a friend, with a neighbor, with a colleague, and of course, romantically. So let me just kind of start out by assessing you, because all of us are going to experience being in a toxic relationship. So what do we do? Well, it comes down to 4 principles that I believe will guarantee your success in not only relationships, but in life, okay? And I believe that I can say that this is guaranteed. You write this stuff down, and this is coming from me. So if you look at who am I am the author of You Versus You. So I am a best-selling author. If you don't know who I am, I've been a leadership coach for many, many years. I've been guiding people, leading people. I've been literally studying leadership and transformational coaching for many, many years, 2 decades. I've worked under the mentorship of Dr. John Maxwell, who wrote many books, and one of them I'm reading now again is 25 Ways to Win with People. So I've literally traveled the country with him, spoke on stages with him, and I just say that to let you know that I've been around some of the biggest thought leaders in the world. I've also been around a lot of practitioners that have really worked on me using the modality of the emotion code and body code. So even in myself, I've been able to heal from some of the toxic relationships that I've been in. I've been divorced once. I'm remarried now, and we've also had our problems in the past, but because I learned these 4 things, I can definitely tell you with all honesty that right now my marriage is great. I mean, I'm not in any toxic relationships right now, but I just know, because I have a big heart, and I'm sure you do too. Like, if you really want to make a difference and you really want to live a life of purpose, but this person or many people keep dragging you down, it's going to be very difficult for you to really accomplish. Okay, so I want to just share 4 principles for guaranteed success that I want to kind of just show you what it means in a relationship kind of setting. So number 1, I believe when you focus on victory, God forces you to succeed. So when I say the word God, I truly believe that there is a God. He created me. I do believe that. But maybe your God is source. Maybe it is universe. But whatever you believe in, you could put that in that kind of statement. So let me read it again. When you only focus, not when you sometimes, not whenever you have the time, when you only focus on victory, God forces you to succeed. So for instance, if you do want to be victorious and not have any toxic relationships, then you have to focus on how to get out of it. You have to focus on yourself and what loving yourself actually means, and not just saying it, but staying in it because you don't want to get uncomfortable. When you are forcing yourself to get focused on the victory that you are wanting to have in your life, I'm telling you, the universe and God is allowing it to happen. And the cool news is, for anyone that is in a toxic relationship, I promise you that there is a better tomorrow and there's a better future. But the only thing I can say, dealing with a lot of people and coaching a lot of marital people as well, that either are in a 30-year toxic marriage or 40-year toxic marriage, is you have to start planning how to get out of it. You can't stay in it. Now, I understand if you have a fight or if you have an issue for maybe a few times or multiple times, and your spouse is very understanding about what they did wrong, and they are seeking the kind of help that they need. I mean, you have the option of staying and kind of seeing what does transpire. I'm not saying, as soon as one day is toxic, leave that person, kick his ass to the curb, get out of there. I'm not saying that at all. Every relationship is different, but it's based on the foundation of what I'm talking about. So when you only focus on victory, God forces you to succeed. Okay, number 2, know what you want and don't settle. How important is this statement? If you're in a toxic relationship, well, know what you want and do not settle. So again, it comes down to looking at yourself in the mirror, right? And again, referring to my book, You versus You. What is the you versus you battle that you face? Do you really love yourself enough to stay in a bad relationship, stay in an abusive relationship, stay into a verbally abusive relationship? Is that really what you want for your life? Is that really what you want to focus on for the rest of your life? Is that what you're going to just stay cool with, and you're just going to kind of settle with that and be like, you know what? I'm just happy I'm with somebody. Even half the time I'm not happy. Half the time he or she doesn't really respect me or encourage me, or every time I want to go after my dreams, they're always kind of making fun of me or kind of stopping me in my tracks. Do you really want to continue that? So I think so many people settle, whether it's maybe they're older, they look at their age, they don't think that they have any time left, or they don't want to go through, let's say, divorce, or they don't want to go through losing the house or financial pressures. But again, this is a principle that will guarantee your success. If you do know what you want and you really don't settle and you keep that mindset, I'm telling you, you're going to get everything that you do want. Because again, what you focus on grows. And knowing what you want and not settling for anything less is truly loving yourself. And that really it's not a cliche. Does that make sense? And you're staying in that alignment. Number 3, number 1 and number 2, once you know the answers to these statements, you need to be visualizing and meditating on them every single day. Visualize yourself in a healthy relationship. Number 1, with yourself, and then number 2, with someone else. Do you really visualize yourself in a healthy relationship? Maybe you've been so emotional baggage, emotional trauma. That's why I love the modality of, again, this book, The Emotion Code. It's just really what I do as a CEO of the Inside Out Institute, is we help people with these problems. So if someone has a problem with toxic relationships, someone has a problem with lack of clarity, someone has a problem with finances, what we do is we hook them up with a certified practitioner that starts to remove their heart walls, so that way they start thinking more abundantly and they start really shifting their perspective. And again, that's in my book, is every battle that we face, we have to return to what it did to us negatively. We have to shift our perspective and redefine it. And then we have to repeat new and wise choices that are going to help us get what we want, or help us on that path to knowing we already know what we want, but it's going to help us get there. And hopefully I'm making sense to you. Okay, now number 4 and the last one is, do the most important thing in the morning. Get into this rhythm of loving yourself, focusing on what you want. Because here's what I know. Yes, you're in a traumatic or toxic relationship, but that's probably pulling you away from your dreams and goals. So if you can just focus back on what is your dreams and goals first and foremost, and you're not only focused on it, but you're taking that action, you're starting to build that confidence. Because confident people, let's just be real, And I'm not talking about ego. I'm not talking about, narcissistic behavior, because maybe that is the problem in the first place. You're in a toxic relationship because the other person is very narcissistic. But there's a healthy balance of self-confidence. So when someone is staying in a toxic relationship, I always question their self-confidence. I'm like, well, why are you staying? If you gotta have, because once you have self-confidence to be able to walk away, that person, whether they're a colleague, whether they're a partner, romantic partner, they're going to basically be like, whatever, fine, bye, which is perfect for you, right? That's kind of what you want, right? Because obviously they didn't care that much. Or they're like, holy shit, like, oh my God, like I screwed up. And they're getting therapy, maybe they're getting a practitioner work on them, and they're just now woken, right? They're woken up like, I never want that to ever happen again. So that's really what's going to happen, is you having self-confidence that either that's going to happen or they're going to be like, whatever, and that's exactly what you want. Because if they don't really care that much, then that's perfect. But one person has to leave. You got to leave. You got to take that action. And you have to look at your self-confidence and be like, am I really going to allow this? Because what you allow in your life will continue. So again, and you can do it in a nice way. You don't have to be like, well, F you, mother effer, I'm out of here, mother effer, I'm mobile. I'm not saying do that. And just like, you can just leave, it's like, bye. You're just kind of like this flow and you leave. So it really wakes up maybe that toxic person, be like, you know what, I need help. And of course you're at peace and you're going to find inner peace. And that person either wakes up and really does work. And now it's your decision to, allow that back into your life if you want. But look, if maybe you're so strong and so confident, you don't want that in your life anymore, and you take your life back. So kind of closing out, number one, again, is when you only focus on victory, God forces you to succeed. So when you focus on your growth, you being victorious, your mindset, what you're worth, who you are, not wasting time, life is so short, you gotta move on positively. Number two, know what you want and do not settle. You've got to know what you want. People might be attracting toxic relationships. We all know those people who maybe get verbally abused, physically abused, then move on, but then attract another verbally abusive and physically abusive and/or person, and they keep attracting the same kind of person because they didn't do the interior work enough on themselves to know what they truly want. They're just settling. Knowing what you want and do not settle. Don't settle for where you're at now even. Don't settle for who you even are now. Okay, cool. You're a good person. You're sharp. You're smart. You can get better. I can get better. I never want to settle on where I'm at in life, even if life is going great for me. Because in life, you're either growing or you're declining. Number three, visualize and meditate on the answers to number one and number two that you personally put. And then number four, do the most important thing right in the morning when it comes to your dreams and when it comes to your goals, and focus on you. Focus on your meditations, focus on your workouts, focus on you getting in better mental health shape, fitness shape, emotional fitness. I mean, whatever, focusing on both mental and physical and bringing it together, focusing on great information, getting coached, getting mentored, being a part of an environment. And if you really want my help and you're in that situation where you feel like you have no options, you don't know where to turn, I got great news for you. You can be a part of our group that, it's all free. Come in our group page. That launches tomorrow. Just inbox me, DM me. We have, and we're going to have and continue to have just hundreds and thousands of the most positive people you've ever met in your life. And you can be a part of this Facebook group page that's going to inspire you. It's going to help you become the best version of yourself. So you can go ahead and send me a personal DM, whether it's on Facebook or Instagram or YouTube, whatever that looks like. You can also find me on Instagram at Todd M. Cahill, or just right here in Facebook, Todd Cahill or Todd Michael Cahill. And you can just send me a DM. That's it. So I'll just connect you into our Facebook page starting tomorrow, and you're going to get live healings. You're going to get leadership. You're going to be able to interact. You're going to be able to really network with people that really might be or have been in those situations where they had that major problem that you do, but we've already helped them fix that problem with solutions. So you can come join us. So with that said, thank you so much for being on. Hopefully that helps. I know this is a major thing, but I'm going to keep bringing at 8 p.m. Central, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursdays. right here where you're watching. I have emails and emails of people that I work with, that I coach, not even just now, but over the years, that literally say, here's my number one problem. Here's my number one problem. So I have a lot of topics. I have a lot of things to share with you. And I'm not saying I'm the one that has overcome all of them, but I am the author of You Versus You. So the 12 battles are here. Things like prioritization, calendar issues, routine issues, not being able to work out, not finding the time. How do you balance your family life? How do you balance a work, life, family, all that stuff? Well, we got some answers for you. We have solutions for you. Not only on this live, Monday, Tuesday, and Thursday, 8 p.m. Central. I do my You Versus You show at 7:30 p.m. Central, same kind of platform. But we also can bring you into this group page on Facebook, and you're going to see all of these people with massive amounts of solutions, because at the end of the day, life is too short for whining and woe is me, and I'm in a toxic relationship, but I'm not willing to do anything about it. I don't know how to prioritize my life, but I'm not willing to do anything about it. We don't want those people. I reject those people. I don't want anything to do with them. Okay, God bless them. God loves them. But I want people that are winners, not whiners. I want people that are eagles, not ducks. And even eagles have some toxic relationships with other eagles. That is quite okay. But at least the eagles want to do something about it. They want to fly above the fray and not quack, quack all day long and not do anything about it. So there's always a solution. You don't need to know it all, but you need to know where to find the right information that's going to completely make a shift in your life, change your life, make your life better, go from hell to living in this earth's heaven. And that's inner peace, clarity, financial peace, peace in your relationships, self-love, removing heart walls, living life of abundance. So with that said, if you want to be a part of this movement, and again, it's all free, you could be a part of this group, and we're going to bring healing and leadership and coaching and all this great stuff. You just let me know, DM me, because I'm not reaching out to you personally. You're going to have to reach out to me, because I don't know who is dealing with toxic relationships. I can't just, I need to know. So you just need to know, hey, loved your Facebook Live, loved your live. Here's my info. I'll be able to add you on starting tomorrow to our amazing page that we're launching tomorrow for the rest for time. It's going to be awesome. It's going to be an incredible platform for healing and leadership all in one. So with that said, thanks so much for watching. God bless you. And hopefully you can do something about it today by applying these 4 principles of guaranteed success in your relationships, but most importantly in your personal life, and who you are, and winning the You versus You battle. So with that said, thanks so much for watching, everyone. Thanks so much for your comments. I'll get back to all of you. Appreciate you. God bless you.